Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river, lived a curious and kind boy named Oliver. Oliver loved rivers. He would spend hours and hours just sitting by the water's edge, watching the fish dart around and the fallen leaves float lazily downstream. The sound of running water and the feel of the breeze on his face brought him so much joy. One sunny afternoon, Oliver decided to explore a hidden trail in the woods near his home. The path was overgrown with vines and he had to duck under low-hanging branches, but he didn't mind. He was too busy looking for a river. He wanted to see what lay beyond the familiar gurgling stream that flowed through town, and then he heard it. The sound of rushing water echoed through the trees. As he pushed aside a final curtain of leaves, he gasped. Before him lay a river unlike any he had ever seen. It shimmered like pure gold. Sunlight danced on its surface, making it look like thousands of tiny stars were scattered across its path. Boulders the color of amber lined the banks, and the air hummed with a magical energy. Mesmerized, Oliver took a step closer. Suddenly a cheerful voice broke the silence. "Welcome, Oliver." Startled, he whirled around to see a smiling otter with sleek, shiny fur pop up from the water. "You found our river?" the otter said with a wink. "I'm Ripple. Care to join me for a swim?" Sure," stammered Oliver, suddenly shy. He dipped a toe in the water. It was icy cold. Taking a deep breath, he waded in. As soon as he was in the river, Ripple spoke again. "Thank you for coming, Oliver. Our river is losing its golden shine, and we need your help to find the missing golden pearl that keeps it sparkling." Confused, Oliver asked, "What happened to it?" "That's the mystery," Ripple said, her voice dropping to a whisper. "We need to find it before the river loses its magic forever." Determined to help, Oliver set off on an exciting adventure along the river, with Ripple and a small turtle named Pebble, who was Ripple's best friend. They swam over beds of sparkling pebbles, and under fallen logs, talking and laughing all the while. Soon the river widened into a beautiful pool surrounded by tall rocks. But something was wrong. Where there should have been colorful fish, only empty shadows remained. The water, once clear and shimmering, was now dark and lifeless. "Oh dear," Pebble said with a frown. "The fish have gone. Without them, the shimmering falls won't sparkle. And without the shimmering falls, the river's magic will fade," Ripple added sadly. As they stood there, a small fish poked its head out of the bushes nearby. "Please help us," it cried. "We can't return until the falls are full of water again." Thinking quickly, Oliver noticed that all the water was being drained from the pool by a broken pipe. Quickly he fixed the pipe, and within moments the pool overflowed. The fish, overjoyed, swam happily back into their home, and soon the shimmering falls sparkled in all their glory. Colorful fish darted among the rocks, and the water shone like 1,000 diamonds. The sight brought a smile to Oliver's face. As they journeyed on, the river grew narrower, winding through fields of tall grass and over smooth stones. Finally they reached a clearing bathed in golden sunlight. In the center stood a tiny house made of reeds that swayed gently in the breeze. Beside it, a bubbling spring gurgled merrily. "Welcome to the twinkling meadow," chirped a cheerful voice. A family of field mice peeked out from behind a blade of grass. "It's wonderful," said Oliver. "But why is it so dim? I thought meadows were always supposed to be bright and colorful." The mice explained that the playful sprites who lived in the spring no longer had the strength to make the flowers bloom. The reason, they said, was that someone had stolen the magic sunbeam that gave the spring its power. Determined to help, Oliver ventured into the meadow. There he saw a little girl sitting on a rock, sobbing softly. Her tears fell onto the dry flowers, wilting them even more. Kneeling beside her, Oliver asked, "Why are you so sad?" She looked up, startled. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean to hurt the meadow, but I've lost my voice, and the flowers seemed so bright and beautiful. I couldn't help but pluck them." Touched by her sadness, Oliver had an idea. He took the wilted flowers and planted them carefully, then started to sing a happy song. At first the girl joined in hesitantly, but soon she was singing at the top of her lungs. As the last note faded away, a tiny glow appeared above the spring. It grew brighter and brighter until it transformed into a beautiful golden sunbeam. The magic sunbeam floated over the meadow, touching each flower and plant, bringing them back to life. They bloomed in a riot of colors, painting the landscape in hues of gold, red, blue, and purple. The girl was overjoyed. Not only had the meadow regained its beauty, but she had found her voice again. Thanking Oliver, she ran off to tell the other children about the magic that had returned. As the sun began its slow journey toward the horizon, casting long shadows across the land, Oliver continued his quest with Ripple and Pebble. The river narrowed again, becoming a dark and mysterious tunnel between high cliffs. Suddenly the tunnel opened up into a large cavern filled with sparkling crystals that glittered in the dim light. In the center, on a bed of moss, sat a small chest. "This must be the place," Oliver whispered, his heart pounding. As he approached the chest, a loud voice boomed, "Who dares disturb my sleep?" Startled, Oliver jumped back. Emerging from behind the chest was a shy river dragon. Its scales shimmered like gold and its eyes sparkled with mischief. "I'm sorry," Oliver said, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. "I didn't mean to wake you. We just need to find the golden pearl that keeps the river shining." The dragon snorted, then dived back behind the chest. "It's no use," sighed Ripple. "He won't give it up." Pebble shook his head in agreement. "If he doesn't want to talk, we'll never get the pearl back." But Oliver had an idea. He walked slowly toward the dragon, holding out his hand. "Hello," he said softly. "My name is Oliver. What's yours?" The dragon hesitated, then peeked out from behind the chest. I'm Dory," he whispered. "Why do you want to take the pearl away?" asked Oliver. Dory explained that he was lonely and he kept the pearl to have the river all to himself. Oliver understood how Dory felt. Sometimes when he visited the river, he wished he could have the whole place to himself too, but he knew that sharing with others made the river even more special. Smiling, Oliver said, "The river is magical when everyone enjoys it. Sharing makes it shine brighter for all. You don't have to be alone, Dory. I can come visit you here anytime." Touched by Oliver's words, Dory knew he was right. He had been so focused on keeping the river to himself that he had forgotten its true purpose, to bring joy to everyone. With a grateful nod, Dory handed over the golden pearl. As soon as it touched the water, the golden river sparkled like never before. Fish leaped and danced in the water. Golden reeds swayed in the light, and the river sang a gentle, joyful melody. When Oliver returned home that evening, he looked back at the golden river with a smile. It twinkled like 1,000 stars in the night sky. Suddenly he felt something hard in his pocket. He pulled it out and gasped. It was a tiny golden pebble from the river. Holding it in his hand, he remembered his amazing adventure and the new friends he had made. He knew that as long as he had the golden pebble, he could carry a little bit of the river's magic with him wherever he went. From that day on, whenever Oliver visited rivers, he remembered the golden river and the friends he had made there. He knew that no matter where he went, a little bit of magic would always be with him.